Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another edition of Forex Tech Magazine. It's your host Lewis. Sorry we started a little bit late today. It's about 3:04 in the morning, and man, I am tired. I had an extremely busy day yesterday, and gosh, I'm sorry, folks. I'm saying trying to go through some stuff. I just woke up. Oh my goodness, I am tired, tired. Let's see. I hope you guys have had a wonderful trading day yesterday. I hope you had the opportunity to make some money. We actually did over here on this side. With the trades. Before we get too far into this today, I want to go ahead and get to the disclaimer. Sorry about that, folks. You're already tired. Our disclaimer goes a little something like this: is any and all information that is given by us should not be considered to be investment advice. Any and all information given by us should be considered to be for education and entertainment purposes only. So if you are in need of investment advice, our advice to you there would be to seek out the assistance of a licensed, competent advisor. Okay, since we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into why you came here. See me drink water. Ha! No, I'm joking. Let's go ahead and get into this. Let's look at some charts. All right, and because this is so early in the AM on the Eastern Standard Time, of course, we're looking to trade what the London Open. So let's look at some Great Britain pound trades. Before we get into that, though, let's look at the economic calendar and see what, if any, economic information is going to be coming out today, and if it makes sense to even be in a trade for the Great Britain pound or even the Great Britain pound pairs. So let's see what's going on. Okay, around 4:30 today, we definitely do have some information that's going to be coming out. So this could and definitely will have an effect on the Great Britain pound pairs. Right, we got the trade balance coming out. Industrial production information is coming out. Let's see, construction output. Aha, the GDP. Something very, very important, because the GDP, of course, talks about the gross domestic product, is basically the overall growth of the economy, right? So if the economy is growing, you should see an increase in the GDP. If the economy is slowing down, you should see a slowdown in the GDP, right? And if it's not doing anything, it's just kind of going sideways, being stagnant, then you should see little to no movement at all. So this will definitely move the market. Right, let's come out at 4:30. Yesterday we had the information about the FOMC, the rate decision, and of course they decided to leave rates the same for right now, and they're going to still stay on the same path of rate increase. That definitely had an effect yesterday on our currency pairs. University of Michigan sentiment, and this is just the overall sentiment of the market, of investors, consumers, about whether or not they feel like the economy is going in the right direction or not. This right here is kind of a leading indicator, right? Because you got to always remember that the stock market is one of those forward-thinking animals. When you look at the stock market today, is always pretty much reflective of the investor's outlook for the next 3 to 6 months, right? So when you start looking at sentiment and stuff like that, once again, it's kind of investors' expectations going forward for the near future. And if you have negative sentiment, then you can kind of expect then that you should be looking at some negative outputs for the stock market. Just because the people that's taking that survey are the same people that are the ones that's actually investing. And if they're feeling like the economy is not going to be doing good for the next 3 to 6 months, then 9 times out of 10, they're going to be looking to roll their money somewhere where it can be protected for the next 3 to 6 months. And so that's why it has that effect, positive or negative, on the overall market. But anyway, so we know we got some information coming out here around about 4:30 Eastern Standard Time for the Great Britain pound pairs. So what you're going to see right now then should be people kind of buying in or selling out of their positions, getting ready for this information to drop. So that's why you're seeing the movement you're seeing right now. I definitely wouldn't do anything or pick a position right now. I'd wait until after uh, this information comes through, and then go ahead and take a position based off of that. Maybe try to ride a momentum, um, either up or down, right? But what we're going to do right now, we're going to look at this right here, which is the Great Britain pound, New Zealand dollar. Let's back out of this right here. It's the hour chart. Let's look at it on a daily chart first. Let's see. Just like I've already drawn my trend lines and my support and resistance lines are already here on the market for us, which they are. It's pretty cool. So you see where our support has been in the past. Boom, boom. See where resistance has been in the past as well. Boom, boom. And you see also where resistance has also acted as support, right? Over here, boom, boom, right? So this particular pair appears to continue to drop all the way down to this next level of support. And if you remember earlier this week, we're actually in this pair. We were actually selling this pair, but unfortunately, it had a pullback that was higher than our stop loss. And so we wind up actually getting stopped out of this pair. So we're not able to enjoy this this trip down, but that's okay. At least we knew we were right about the direction. We're just a little early getting in. But as you can see, excuse me, our analysis still is proven to be right. That price is making this trip from resistance down to support, which is what we initially said in the first place, right? So if you're looking to be in this particular pair, then of course we'll be looking to sell. But right now, because you're so far off away, in my opinion, anyway, from a really good entry point, because entry points are better when you're closer to your support or resistance areas or your trend lines. If you get in here where we're at right now, you run the risk of this thing just pulling back. Not necessarily pulling back all the way to resistance, but at least pulling back real significantly. Enough to maybe, cause you to blow through your stop loss, unless you got your stop loss way back up here above this resistance, which I don't know why you want to do that just for a take profit is, a couple of pips away. Wouldn't make sense. If you get into this thing right now, it really probably wouldn't make too much sense to do it. I mean, you could, but not necessarily the trade that I would want to do. Probably wait till this trade go ahead and completes, right? Hits the support line. And then maybe try to look to buy once you hit off on the support and see if it bounces back up to resistance again. And the way initially the way you would want to do that is you'd wait, let it go down to support, and then look at what the next candlestick is going to be, right? Once it hits support, the next candlestick is going to be a green, where it's you see where buyers are coming in and buying off support, or is it something that's going to be like a this is 126 pips down there. Yeah, it's like 300 and some pips back above that little high right there. But yeah, so once it hits down support, you want to see what the candlestick's going to be. Is candlestick's going to be something that's going to be green, where it's showing that buyers are coming into the market. It's going to be red, where sellers are still coming into the market. And once you get a green candlestick showing that buyers are coming back into the market, then that might be a good opportunity to buy, right? And then just place your stop loss right there behind that, behind the that swing low. Okay. Just throwing some hypotheticals out there, which might be a good opportunity for you. But at least that's when I'm going to start looking at buying is once it comes back down to this level. Not looking to do anything in this pair right now. The next one is the Great Britain pound, Canadian dollar. This right here is one that we're actually interested in shorting. And still am. I might go ahead and get into this position today, maybe. And the reason why I was looking at shorting is if you look at this, right? So remember what we talked about before about how price, if it's going already in a direction, in this direction it actually is going down, right? So, oops. High, low, lower, high. Lower low, lower high, lower low, right? You get it. And then if you look, you got support resistance lines here on the board, right? Yeah, here's support, here's resistance, right? Price bounced off support, went up, touched off resistance, came back down, bounced off support, went up through resistance, come back down to support. Now it's up in resistance, and so now the question becomes, right, is price going to go back down through resistance, going into support? I mean, yeah, or will price, continue on up? And I think a lot of this has to do with the information that we're going to get out of the market today with the great, with the GDP, right? So I think if GDP is really good, then you may see price continue. Sorry, folks. Continue to move up. And if GDP is bad, then you may see price continue to move down. So a lot of this move right here is going to be predicated off of what's going to happen there. I am going to be looking to potentially get in and sell this particular market here. And what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to put my order in the day after we close out and put an order in, put my stop loss back up here somewhere. I'm not going to go uber aggressive as far as leverage wise. Probably just use a standard leverage and just trade off a standard account. Because there is the potential to take some losses on this one if this is not a move back down, but I think it could be overall a decent move. There's a let's see how much potential profit maybe here. I mean, yeah, it's over 540 pips potential profit, and with something like that, I mean, you don't have to capture the whole thing. I mean goodness, it's $10 a pip. That's 5,000. So about $5,000 right there, right? We could just go down 300 pips and just take 300. Maybe get halfway of the move, and still be good with that move overall. So anyway, that is something right there to look at. What's the next one? All right, this is the one we was in earlier today. All right. So, sorry guys, gosh, I'm tired. All right, let me get up. Stop yawning. Okay, so the next one we're getting into right here is the Great Britain pound, Japanese yen, zen. The cool thing about this one right here is it is we were actually in this pair earlier today, and we hit our stop loss and got out. But the great thing about it was we had a risk-free trade, so we made about 12 off this one right here, which is pretty cool. Now, you guys haven't just paid attention to what I did. One thing I did right here is I just used smart tools on here. And so all it takes is going down to the low of the day, or the low of the chart. Click on that low, and then it automatically comes in and puts the Fibonacci sequence on the chart for you, gives you an idea where your take profit should be at. And we do this right here off of a daily chart. Don't need to do it off a daily chart because I'm not looking to trade off a daily chart. I'm always looking to trade maybe off of a hourly chart. And even trading off an hourly chart, I'm really kind of looking to I'm really just looking to let's see here. I'm really just looking to try to find a good take profit spot. Let's see. So if this is support, right, and price came down to support. So now what we're going to be looking for is What should we be getting in at? All right, so this is our situation here. Price has fallen, right? And the fibs have, it's fulfilled its sequence, pretty much every time throughout this movement here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fifth opportunity here. But prior to that, it's filled every opportunity prior to that. Now we're in a situation where price is moving back down. It's hit a Fibonacci line, and now we don't know whether price is going to continue to break. I'm sorry, this thing's cuckoo today. We don't know if price is going to continue to break lower, or if price is going to bounce from this level here and continue to move on up. So what we need to do is we kind of need to just be aware where we're at. And understand whether or not price has the capacity to go ahead and move back up again, or if price is going to move back down. Now, once again, I'm thinking once we find out this information that's in the market, it's going to really determine whether or not price is going to move up, down, or go sideways. And we find out about the GDP, which is going to come out in about an hour from now. Sorry, folks. We were in this trade earlier today, and it made some really good moves. As you see, it went way up. Then of course it came crashing, where we're at now. I put a stop loss in. It made this a risk-free trade because I felt like I don't want to lose any money. This one here I was leveraged up really, really high, and definitely didn't want to lose any money with this one. So I decided the best thing to do would be leverage this up really, really well, and therefore, if price did decide to make a move down, I wouldn't be affected negatively by that move down in price. So that's where we're at on this one. Sorry, folks, I just need to check a couple things. All right. Let's see. Go back. Go back. All right. Sorry, folks. Just doing some housekeeping here. One man show, one man band. All right. So where was that? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. So yeah, we was in this earlier today. Got out of it, which was cool. Took a profit, and once again, that's the whole name of the game. If you can get in and get out, but take a profit as you're leaving, that's what you want to do. Try to minimize your losses as much as possible. I know it's tough sometimes, especially if you really believe in what you're doing mentally wise. That's why I mean it's tough. Physically wise, it's not tough. Physically wise, it's just putting your stop loss on the chart and saving yourself some money. Mentally wise, it can be tough because you really believe in what you're doing and you don't want to get just stopped out willy nilly because of a pullback and only to see the price continue to go up. But just remember that you can't go broke if you're taking profits off the table, and there's always going to be an opportunity to trade again, right? And right now, we are setting up for another opportunity to trade again, and the price target is still going to be this target up here. And if you made money off the original trade, that means you have more capital in your account now to trade even more, right? Leverage it up a little bit higher, so that way you could essentially make more money. So, the best thing you can do is look for your opportunities always, right? Keep an open mind, take your profits, and don't worry about it, right? Price moves back. You're not going to always know why price moved against you. It's just one of those things. Sometimes price is going to move for you. Sometimes price is going to move against you. You're not going to always know why. You're not going to always understand it. But you know, the idea is that as you become a better trader, at least you have a good idea as far as what's happening, right? And you have the you know, you have a good idea of what's going on, and you have um, the knowledge to be able to kind of come in here and make decisions based off of what, you know, information is available to you. And like I said, sometimes sometimes you'll fully understand what happens. Sometimes you'll be kind of in the dark. But you know, if you trade with the proper risk management, trade with your stop losses in place, um, even if something happens that you wasn't expecting, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna be you're gonna be better prepared to handle it. Okay. Anyway, so still look for this pair right here to bounce and to come back up and hit this level, right? It may not happen today, but it definitely will happen. As long as price stays within the zone. Now, if price starts dropping down lower, if it drops towards the blue, then expect it to come back up to the blue before it U-turns. And if it drops towards the green, expect it to go to the green. And if it just drops back below the A, just expect that then this right here is a reversal and price is no longer acknowledging this fib, right? And that price is going back in the opposite direction. So just kind of something to be aware of. Let's get out of here, and go to the next one, which is the Great Britain Pound, Aussie dollar, the Aussie dollar, Australian dollar. So this one right here, let's get some levels up here. See if we can figure out what's going on. Okay, so this right here is a pair that we're actually in right now. And if you notice, if you look at all these pairs, man, if you look at these, let me see something here. We know the Canadian dollar one is look like it's in a downward position potentially. New Zealand dollar, is that one downward? That's downward. Great Britain pound, that's moving down. Ooh, look at this right here. You know, indecision, strong move down. Let's see. Aussie dollar. Downward. Downward. Yeah. So let me get back over to this one. So what I'm noticing is, and I hope you're seeing it too as well, all these Great Britain pound positions look like they're moving down. Now the question is, are they moving down, or they're going to be, you know, hitting a some type of support at some point? You know, this previous resistance in this particular case here, which actually, yeah, boom. So if we go in here, here we go. So you see this was a resistance where price came up and hit that level, boom, bounced back down. Price went through the level, boom, bounced back down. Price went through the level, boom, bounced down, bounced down. Price is back at that level now. So the question is, we know price came down, so is price going to go through this level of resistance here, go all the way back down to some support? Or is price going to hit this level of resistance here and then continue to go up? Right? And I think a lot of that has to do with what's going to happen with this information coming out about the Great Britain pound. Same thing here, right? And if we wanted to, well, I think price has to still make its way through here, right? But it could start to bounce back up. There's nothing that says that it has to come all the way down to support, but I would assume that it would still go down to support. But I think it definitely could bounce from here. Same thing here. Here's a level of support. Price could come down, and once again, you know, if you really want to get technical with it, you could go and say these candlestick wicks here are areas of support, right? Put those in place. You know, the question would be, well, will price go back through that level and go up? So, looking at this, and I'm sorry, the reason why I'm kind of backtracking here is just because I just kind of noticed this right here off the fly, and it looks pretty interesting. Because what we're doing is we're getting all these particular pairs are kind of like lining up, and they're lining up to do one or two things. Either A, they're going to continue to move lower very aggressively, or B, they're going to bounce and they're going to break out of this range that they're in and continue to move up very aggressively. So I think right now we're at a good inflection point in the market where either we're going to have a breakout to the upside for these currency pairs, or we're going to have some type of downward momentum, right, breakdown for these pairs. So it's just something to be aware of. So as FYIs, for your information, keep this in your hat, and so that way you kind of be aware of what's happening in the market and what potentially could happen here. This right here, the Great British Pound, Aussie dollar, right now is profitable. I am going to sell out of this position. Or you know what, better yet, here, while we got you on the line, let's just look at this. Let's just, here, show you what we talk about here as for the risk-free trade. Not going to sell out of the position. I'm just going to come in here. I'm just going to move my stop loss down. And why not? Boom. Boom. All right, bam. So now I got a risk-free trade, right? So no matter what happens in this pair, I'm going to make money. So I don't really care what happens in this pair, which is pretty cool. So if it continues to go down, we'll make money. If it goes up, we'll get out. We'll still make money. Right now we're at $118 in it, but that's not much. Who cares? But we're gonna make money in this particular pair one way or the other, right? Cool thing about this pair, we got it shorted. It's going down. Yeah. And the question is, how far down will it go over time? And that I don't know. That's for the great wizard of Oz. So let us know, huh? Oh man. Alright guys. Oh, how do you wake up so early in the morning? Alright guys, also too, remember I told you yesterday we're gonna be doing some new live trades here. We're gonna add that in, so look for that next week. We're gonna start doing that probably around, I wanna say maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere around that. In the afternoons, in the PMs. We'll talk more about that as we kind of progress along. Just really trying to find a good time, good opportunity, good time to be able to get in and get people in, so that way you guys can have a better opportunity to watch us trade live on a real account. Right now it's a little difficult. Let's see here. Let's see something here. Okay, we got a trade in place. We're making money. Making that paper player. Yeah, and for this particular pair, I was gonna go ahead and move up my stop loss, my take profit, but I don't know. Considering the fact that I'm gonna make money off this regardless, right? Like, so it doesn't really matter what happens in this trade right now at this moment. I'm gonna make money 100%, guaranteed. Right? I'm just gonna let it just play out, man. I could put my stop loss here and lock in like $400, $410 of profit. Once it crosses that point, but I don't know. How far down do I have this thing? I think this right here I put it off really far. Yeah, I did. It's over 500 pips away. Just Do I really want to put it that far down? That's about 5,000. You know what? I'm gonna bring my stop loss. Bring my stop loss up. Not my stop loss, but I'm sorry. Bring my take profit up. Bring that right about here. And the reason why is because I don't want to be in this trade for an extended period of time. I kind of want to just get in, get out, get on with my life, do something different. You know what I'm saying? But I want to go ahead and make money. So it's about 95 pips. So that's $950. So if I made $950 off that thing today, I would be happy. And I think it'd be good to get out of this trade and get on to something else with that money. You don't have to just kind of just sit here wasting around in this particular trade here. Okay. So anyway, that's it for the Great Britain Pound Aussie dollar. Let's look at the Great Britain Pound US dollar. This particular pair, and this is on a daily chart. Wow, it's pretty interesting. You got a high, you got a low, you got a lower high, you got a lower low, you got a lower high. So, and we're right here by the resistance line. So, folks, what does that tell you? Absolutely nothing. That's right. Nah, it tells me that this right here particularly could be potentially downward moving product here. So this right here looks like it could be a really good idea to short this one. And I know before we were looking at it, saying like, man, should we short or should we buy? And you got to remember, a lot of times, a lot of the stuff that happens in the market is you got one group that's going to react on the rumors or the news or something coming out, and then the other actually going to react. They're going to give you the opposite reaction of once the event occurs, right? So just like yesterday, there was a lot of people coming in, a lot of people were buying the Great Britain Pound, Japanese yen in anticipation for what the FOMC was going to announce about the rate change in the American markets yesterday, right? But once the information comes out, right, all those buyers just got out and became sellers, right? So price went back down. So, there's a buildup, usually either positive or negative, leading up to an event, and then actually after the event occurs, there's the reaction, the overall reaction after the event, right? And so these are the things that we got to kind of be, cautious about. So anyway, this really looks like maybe a good opportunity to sell. I would be interested in looking at that one. Also, too, if we look here, there's nothing really to kind of, let's see here. You gotta always be careful. You never want to just go in here and make these things fit into place. But that's resistance. It was one support. If you look over here, then that could be considered support, broke through support. But the question would be, will it push back up through it, right? And then go back to this next level of resistance here, which if it did, that would make sense, because all of the periods would do that. I'm just thinking that maybe something negative is coming out about this about their GDP, and this thing is going to continue to push down. To be honest with you, that's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before about stuff, but man, that's what it looks overwhelmingly like it's gonna be. The situation is gonna be. We won't know for sure until about an hour from now, one way or the other. But either way it goes, it doesn't really matter. I mean, the main thing is stay out of the market until at least an hour, right? I mean, you can get in, but don't know if it really be worth your while right now until about an hour from now. Okay. So that's it so far then for the Great Britain Pound pairs. Let's look at the U.S. dollar, Canadian dollar. I actually had a lot of trade going on in that one, which I think I'm gonna have to close out because I'm getting crushed on this one. Actually, no, I think I'll stay a little bit longer if I can. This particular pair here, we got in, we sold a position just because We're right here at support, resistance, and price hadn't crashed through it yet, but right here at it, price appeared to be bouncing off of the resistance, and looks like it was going to be making its way back down. So we had got in, I think, around about this level here. As you can see, price has dramatically moved against us, right? And now it's actually going through. Let's come back over here. We're actually going through that level of support, but let's look at what was happening here before we got in there. So price was moving up, or price was moving down, and price began to move up, right? And then you look right here, price is moving down. Here goes a high, here goes a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. High came back up, retested, but then came back and retested with a lower low. And now price is going back up, testing, not going higher than originally went, right? But testing that resistance line. And so the assumption was, or the analysis was that, hey, price should be moving back down, but price has since still continued to move up. So we're at a struggle right here. It may go ahead and continue to move up for the rest of the day, and if it does, then that will put us at a disadvantage. Hopefully, that we're going to anticipate that. I don't want to say hopefully because I hate using hope in any type of investment sentence or trading sentence. Prices move up. Anticipation is that price will either close at this level here or close below this level, and then proceed to move back down on its trajectory to get back to support. The other thing that we're looking at too, and this definitely plays out here, is that when we originally took this position, price was actually this is actually like this here. Close out. Close this. Let me draw this trend line. When we originally took this position, this is what we're looking at. This is how it was actually looking, right? Right? This is how it was actually looking when we originally took this position, right? Price touched this point, touched this point. Price had actually penetrated this trend line here, right? Or up in here. And so the anticipation was that, okay, price is penetrating trend line, so trend line is being broken. We should look for price to go through, but in all actuality, what price did was break off that trend line and continue to move up. So I think on this one right here, we may have gotten in a little early because not only will price need to break through the trend line, it's going to need to go back and probably retest the back of the trend line before it moves down, right? So this is a pretty aggressive trend line. Can't see it going on too long, being at this steep angle here. But that's the way it was originally. This is the way it is now. It's a little bit wider, right? And the benefit on that, by it being a little bit wider, is that once again, I think price should come back down to it. And as price comes back down to retest it, that gives way for us to be either to get out of our position at a little bit better level, or for it to go ahead and continue in the original direction, which is to move down. So, interested in looking at this right here as throughout the day over the next 24 hours to see how this position is going to play out. I do believe it's going to play out favorable, so I'm not too worried about this one. We'll see. The only thing I really got to kind of watch for is my stop loss, and also if we get any type of margin call, because this right here is a live account, and we definitely want to make sure that we don't get a margin call, and that we, and our stop loss doesn't blow our position for us. So anyway, we'll be monitoring this throughout the day. Next week, we're actually going to be putting up the trades live. I still got to kind of figure out how to pull up this particular account. Excuse me, without I can show you guys all the trades and everything on here without actually showing all my actual information, right? My personal information and stuff, because the internet, woo-wee, you guys know how to hurt a brother, and I'm not trying to take that type of hurt. So I want to make sure I got all my stuff right before I put it up here online. Make sure that my personal information is just not out there. I do want to share my trading information, just not my personal information. So I want to make sure I got all that straight before I do it. But just look for that to be out early next week. Um, since today is Friday and we're not going to be doing any type of trading this afternoon because the markets will be closed at 5. Trying to think, I think that's pretty much it as far as with these trades and the setups and opportunities that we got right now. If any of you out there have any questions about any of the trades that we're making, if you see any trades that you would like for us to trade, all right, see you have any type of trading ideas or analysis that you want us to do, please feel free to let us know so that we can come in here and put them on for you, all right? We love to trade, and we love to help you with any trade that you're having problems with. Also, too, and you hear me talk about this before a lot. Trading is easy, guys. It's not hard at all. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can make money doing this stuff. It's simple. The problem with trading, the hard part of trading, is just the discipline with trading, right? Because a lot of times we'll fall in love with our trading idea that we have, and it's kind of hard to do that breakup thing with that trading idea that we got. Kind of like in life, right? You fall in love with somebody, sometimes it's kind of hard to break up with them, even though you may need to, and you know you need to. You might not just have the strength to be able to do it. Trading is exactly the same way, and just like in life, you might need a friend to come in and say, "Hey, leave that person alone. You know, they're on drugs, they're stealing from you." You may have a hard time breaking up from a pair that you're in because you may be like, you know, you need a friend to come and say, hey, look, man, you need to get out of that because that thing is taking way too much of your money and it's way below any type of support lines, and that thing is trending actually against you, and you need to get out because you're going to continue to lose money. That's where we kind of come in with our mentoring program. So we come in, we'll actually sit down with you, go over your trades, and give you our point of view, our analysis of what we think that the trade that you're in is if it's appropriate or not. Help you with trade ideas, as far as what you should be or could be looking at the trade. Maybe something that is out there that has great potential, upside potential, but you're just not able to see it for whatever reason. That's where we kind of come in at. And also, really, the main value to you, the client, would be that mental part of it, right? The part that helps you stay disciplined, because that's a big part of what we do here. I see all the time folks online asking people to trade for them, want somebody to trade their accounts and stuff, and you don't need anyone to trade your account. Who's going to take better care of your money, you or someone who you don't know is in some foreign country somewhere? Hopefully you're going to take better care of your money because you earned that money and you know the value of it is to you, right? So why would you want to give it to somebody even if they put up on the internet that they made $1 million, in return over 2 days, off of $500? No. You want to be cautious, and you want to put your money in the right places. And also, too, when you're working with us, one of the things that we like to do, one of our, I think our competitive advantages over most folks is that we want to see you succeed, and hopefully, we want to be able to use the profit that you're making from your trading with us as a way for you to make your payments for any services rendered with us. There's usually a little upfront cost associated with joining our program, but that's minimal, right? The idea, though, is if you're becoming a good trader, right, a profitable trader, that you're going to be able to use the resources from your account to be able to pay for any and all expenses, right, as you go down this journey to trade. And it shouldn't be a situation where you're having to work an extra job or we become an extra expense that you have to pay out along with the other expenses that you're paying to get that mentorship. Don't want it to be that way. I want it to be where the account value itself is being built up to the point where you can use those funds to pay for any mentorship that you get from us. At any rate, I think today, man, we're gonna actually get out of here kind of early. Woohoo! Get off early on Friday, right? Because I think we went through enough information. We talked about the mentorship. Also, too, if you haven't had an opportunity to go and register for the Smart Trader software, what are you doing, man? You just, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right? What are you doing? You haven't registered for this stuff yet. Go register for it, man. Because you're just doing yourself a huge disservice if you're not registering for the Smart Trader software. Right? This stuff is awesome. It's freaking very powerful, and it's very affordable. Right? The version that we're using right now is only $24 a month. Right? And if you can't afford $24 a month trading, then once again, you don't need to be trading. Right? You're not on the way. You're not on your way if you can't afford $24. Right? You can also get the demo version of this right here. Access to the demo version, and that's free. Right? And you still get a lot of other powerful tools. Don't get everything, but you do get some things, right? And if you followed us over the last 30 days or so, you can go back and you can look at how we use these things. I mean, tonight you see me use the smart fibs. You see me use the smart trend lines. I mean, this right here is just like one of just two things. Not anything huge, not anything big, but these are just little small things that we use uh, to trade with. But yeah, definitely go in, take the opportunity to look at this software. I'm telling you, I've been in the business for over a decade, and there's a lot of different stuff that's out there in the market, but this right here stands heads and shoulders above them all. And I really just think it just, for me personally, it comes down to these smart tools, man. The things I think are freaking awesome. I think the smart Fibonacci is just awesome, right? Haven't had opportunities to smart patterns yet. Next month, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade to the premium version, the elite version, right? Where we're going to get the smart patterns, and then which is really good, especially if you guys trade harmonic patterns and if you do a lot of Elliott waves and stuff like that. You got to have this, right? This is what's at, right? I mean, you can draw it out by hand, but why would you want to draw it out by hand when you can just come in here, just like how we did with the smart Fibonacci? You just click on a point on the chart, and boom, it automatically places it out there for you. That's what you want. Make your trade life easier. And full disclosure about this, we are an affiliate of this particular software. So if you do happen to go in and register and purchase the software, we would actually get a small little piece of compensation for that. Not anything major, trust me. If it was, I wouldn't be here. I'd be asleep, broadcasting, have somebody else broadcast from my private island somewhere. So it's not gonna make a ton of money. But it does help us to keep this, site going and keep this information going for you. Uh, so if you want to do something nice for us because you feel like we've done something nice for you by sharing this information with you, then that would be a great way to show your appreciation by going in, registering for this particular software, and then making your purchase using our link and allowing us to, like I said, receive some type of compensation. That would be freaking awesome. But anyway, I'm about to get out of here, guys. I am still tired. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. I think that's the reason why I'm so tired. I haven't had my coffee this morning because I woke up late because I was trying to watch the Carolina Panthers football game playing against the Steelers. That was a mess. But anyway, that's for another day. As I leave, I always like to leave something positive with you. And I can't think of anything more positive than a biblical verse, right? I don't know what religion you're in, and personally, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I got love for everybody. Whether you're, Hindu, Muslim, Jewish, I don't care what religion you're in. Christianity, I don't care what religion you're in. I got love for everyone. I think at the end of the day, we're all the same people. The only difference that we have is skin tone, pigmentation. Other than that, I think that everybody I think we have more in common than we have differences. I think that the same good thing I want for my kids, the same good things that you want for your kids, same good things I want for my grandkids, same good things you want for your grandkids. And I think that what we have to learn how to do in life is look past our differences and look to areas that we can work together. Because, like I said, we all have some common goals, that we need to work on. I think it helps benefit us all. And I can't think of no better Bible verse than this one right here, which is to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And basically, that means let's go out and treat each other right, folks. Let's if I don't want someone saying anything negative about my family members, about me myself, then why would I go out there and say something negative about someone else, right? It doesn't make sense. This world is only going to get better if we make it better, right? It's not going to get better because we elect somebody to make it better, or it's going to get better because we just hope that it's going to get better. It takes effort, just like this trading takes effort, right? If you want to get better at trading, you want to become a better trader, you're going to have to put effort in. You have to get out there and trade, right? If you want the world to be a better place, you have to get out there, put effort in, and be a better person. At any rate, man, I just want to share that with you. I know it's in my heart to do it. I love you guys. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank everybody for looking at the rebroadcast of this. I want to thank everybody for being followers. I just want to thank you for, having patience, and thank you for coming in and looking at this. Thank you for wanting to learn it, and I just really want to thank you for wanting to learn it with me. I feel honored for each and every person that tunes in and watches, each and every person that follows me, because I think it's a great honor to be able to share my knowledge with you, and hopefully something that you gain from me makes you into a better person or a better trader, and maybe hopefully even a better person, man. I just think that that's the end game for all of us, is just to become better at whatever we do, and hopefully these little positive notes that I end the trading day on gives you some type of inspiration to go out there and be a better person to your fellow man. But anyway, listen, that's enough rambling from me. Love you guys. God bless you. Have a great weekend. Don't forget to get in there and start studying and looking at your charts this weekend. But have fun. Life is about balance. And hope you make a ton of money today. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.